But your business has been here for nearly a century. Who
Yes,
started all
yes.
this?
So my grandfather, Leon.
Oh, okay, great.
So I'm third generation. My brother over there is Rob. Rob is also third generation, and this is potentially our fourth generation in Josh, or some other grandchild, a great-grandchild.
Soon enough.
Yeah, yeah. So our grandfather started the business in the 1920s. He was actually introduced to the business through a brother of his, who was back in the 1920s. They used to make mesh pocketbooks, gold mesh pocketbooks, and these pocketbooks, they were manufacturers of these things, and my grandfather was exposed to the jewelry business that way.
So those old like movie stars that you see,
That's right.
they have all those glamorous, wonderful jeweled purses. Your grandfather had something
Yeah,
to do with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's awesome.
And then he decided it's time to go out on his own, and he opened up his first shop on Maiden Lane. And from there, he went to Bowery and Canal, which was the previous Diamond District. And in the late 1950s, came up to 47th Street. So we've been here ever since.
Awesome. So 3, 4, soon to be 4 generations of Zolans have been doing this. And you guys have been in this building how long?
So since the mid-1980s. So my father bought this building from somebody he knew in the industry. And he wanted a home for himself, so he didn't have to worry about paying rent. And what we did, this is called the Diamond Exchange, a jewelry exchange. And these are all tenants of ours. And this is a microcosm of New York City. It's a melting pot. We have Romanians, we have Russians, we have somebody from the Netherlands, somebody from Ukraine, from Turkey. So
wow.
And everybody.
So you're a true representation of an international business.
That's right. Not only that, everybody here works together. So what distinguishes our exchange from a lot of the other ones on 47th Street, where there's often a lot of competition going on, is we try and create an environment where everybody can work together. So, because they have multiple trades, a pearl stringer, a coin dealer, a gold buyer, an antique dealer, a jeweler, a setter. Everybody has an opportunity to work together and benefit from each other.
That's amazing. Yeah. So how has the industry changed? I mean, you've got nearly a century this business has been around. So many different things have happened. How has the industry changed, and how are you preparing for those changes?
So in some ways it's exactly the same as it's been for generations, and in some ways it's different. CAD design has really changed the way we do designing. They used to, and they still sometimes do, for a more organic looking piece, we'll actually physically have a model maker carve a wax to specifications. But more and more we're using CAD design and 3D printers to create the jewelry, and because it's quick and it's efficient and it's affordable, and we have a better chance to assure that it's going to be exactly the way we want it.
That's great.
So that's one example of what we're doing a little differently today. What else are we doing? I think communication is totally different. Of course, social media. 10 years ago, I didn't even know what the word marketing meant. And now marketing and social media is such a major part of our business. Communication with our clients has become much more active. We used to just wait for people to come through the door. Now it's communicating through email and Facebook and Instagram.
How has that changed in terms of how you relate to your customers? Like, do you hear any great stories that you never heard before?
So Josh just introduced a new program with Cindy. Cindy and Josh created a Share Your Story program that we launched literally a few days ago.
Nice.
And so we've received stories from customers about their Zoland experience, and they're heartwarming and sometimes real fun. Great stories.
Have you ever thought about being like one of these huge jewelry conglomerates or manufacturers, or is this something that you can see until the end of time, this is going to always be the size?
So as I mentioned earlier, this is all about relationships. So if you take the personal touch out of it, then I might as well leave the business, because for me it's about establishing rapport. The art of building a piece of jewelry is really exciting and it's really fun, but nothing makes up for the relationships that we have built and the relationships that we continue to build. That's what keeps it exciting and interesting and gratifying for me.
Well, yeah, it's been a pleasure for you to show us your business, share
Thank
your
you for coming
customers.
in.
It's
This
been
has
wonderful.
really been great.
Just one last word
Yes.
about being a small business. What's the most rewarding aspect of being a small business and growing and operating a small business today?
I think defining your future, defining what it is that you're about and where you want to take it, is so meaningful to me. Being able to be in control of my own destiny, and when we're successful, being able to reap the rewards of our hard work and ingenuity.
That's great. Thanks again, Yale. It's been a pleasure for you allowing us to see the inside and behind the business of Zollens.